Hello, my fellow weirdos. Well, your girl got a ride to protest on the 19th this Saturday. Ooh. I know. You're going, girl. But yes, I am so excited. Y'all don't understand. I know y'all think, what's with this lady? You don't understand. I'm trying to explain it. To be able to get out there to a space that is put aside, that moment in time, that place in time, to tell your government your assessment so far in live time. And damn it, I want to have my say. You all see this, and it doesn't have to do with I want my face out there. I just want my message out there. I don't care whose face it's on, or whose face it's coming from. I just want you all to hear what I'm saying. That's all. I just want you to know how your term is doing so far. But to be able to go and be around others that are feeling the same way, of hell no, they've got to go. They have got to go. Because it means something to me. I'm that person, where the majority of people are like, oh, I gotta go vote. I gotta go vote today. Me, I'm like, no, I gotta get to voting. That's first. Then, that's just the way I am, guys, So, anyway, I've got allergies, or took allergy meds, and it's starting to, anyway, kick in. I am going to work. Today is Thursday. This afternoon, tonight, I'm going to work on big cardboard signs. I'm going to bring my littler sign, my bamboo sign. But I want to do the big sign, and that's because I want to try to do that song. That supercalifragilistic narcissistic photo song. Yeah, I want to write that on both sides. And that's going to take a little bit of time because I want to do it with paint, not marker. And then I have to go over it twice, and then put nail polish over the letters to see. That's a whole thing. Then I've got to spray seal them, and I'm going to put them together, and if I have enough tape, so you can either hold it up or slide a pole or something inside and secure that like that. So I'll be busy doing that, but I already have an idea of what I'm going to wear, what protest clothes are going to be, because all of that makes a difference on how you feel. So just a point, when you go to protests, if you're going to wear a costume, like some of the suggestions, one person could do it, or a group of people on any of these, a Handmaid's Tale. But if you do that, use a sign that has something to do with women's rights. A group of y'all would be great. Okay, a group of people, or even one in a chicken suit costume, all holding signs about how Republicans in Congress are chickens to stand up to him. Okay, so something like that, hey, hey, chickens, Republicans in Congress, get out of your chicken coop and stop him. Something like that. A bunch of people like me that has walkers or wheelchairs, older people, and we're all holding signs that, and you don't have to, you can see that there's somebody, you guys want to go together? Well, if you're holding signs that all have to do with Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, for older people, that the older people are worried about. The SNAP, because that's also families with young kids and older people, for the SNAP. Just some suggestions, but it does. What you wear does reflect how you feel, or how you sound, or how you carry yourself that day. For me, since I was growing up, I was born in 63, so growing up, I saw the hippies protesting, the Vietnam, the whole thing. I grew up. I was not like a little baby type of thing. But I wasn't old enough to do that myself. I was still in like an elementary school and whatnot. But I watched, and I've got some graphics that I wrote this out on. I watched the hippies protesting, how they stood up, how they sat in tree houses for months on end. They chained themselves to a tree to prevent, clearing the land because there was a protected animal in that area or something like that. I saw them burn the bras. Why they burned their bras? It wasn't because they were tired of wearing bras. It was a symbol of, you're not going to restrain me. You're not going to make me fit into your little torture trap, basically. It was a rebellious act. And boy, the Red Lipstick Brigade, that started in like World War II, I believe. I'm surprised so many people don't know about it. Look at, when you see colorized pictures or videos of the era, a lot of the women wore a bright or a very bright, darker red, just a very red, powerful color. There's a reason that they did that. When their guys got sent to war, draft and whatnot, and they got sent off to war, the wives, they didn't just have to take care of the kids and the home and the cooking and the cleaning, the whole thing. But now they had to take their husbands' jobs when they could, factories and such, and do all the other stuff, and also take care of the car and the lawn and the house, and pay the bill, all the things that he did, she had to do, plus the job she was doing before, because it's not like your friends or your neighbor's husband could come and help you, because he's probably been drafted too. So they had to learn how to deal with repair people, how to deal with dealing and doing all that stuff themselves. So now when their husbands come home from war, they're already having PTSD issues from what they saw, what they had to do, the atrocities and shit. So they're already dealing with like, oh my God. And they come home, and home isn't what home used to be. Your wife's fucking different. What the hell? She's wearing this red lipstick and talking all powerful, acting like she wants to be part of the budgeting. And he's like, I couldn't wait to get home to some normalcy, and there's nothing normal here anymore. So I do understand what they were going through, but at the same time, do you think the women wanted to go back after years of knowing what's going on? Do you think they want to go back? Most of them didn't want to go back to just being in the dark and just doing what he said, because they realize it's not that it's easy, but it also feels good because everything is taken care of. Um, and I guess they realized that that red lipstick really gave them that powerful feeling, and it does. Um, and so that's when the fallacy that women were told if they wore some bright red lipstick or even a bright pink, they were told that only women of the streets wore that. That's a trashy look. It's just it's because it gets men's attention. So, if you're wearing red, that's what you're trying to do. They gave you that image so you wouldn't wear it. So they didn't have to deal with their insecurities.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? Yay! That's the Red Lipstick Brigade. So I tell folks, and it doesn't necessarily have to be women, when you put that lipstick on, that color, there's just something, when you put it on and you look in the mirror, make sure everything looks good, you're like, ooh, yeah, that's right, bitch. And all of a sudden you want to practice confident and assertive action, It's fun. And the men saw that. They saw that. They didn't like it. And all they have to understand is, okay, so let the women, when they first get that, whoa, let them spread their wings and have fun. Eventually, they will come around and be like, okay, yeah, that was really cool, but it's nice to have it share the trouble too. Everybody would, but you guys don't even want us to feel that free flight. And that's the guys that feel that way. It's insecurity and a bully is what it is. But clothes make a difference. For some people, they wear, and you've seen it, like they're ready for battle. They're wearing all black, like black fatigues, black shirts, hair slicked back, ready to go, man, combat boot type things. And it just makes them feel badass. Like, yep, come on, come for me, come for my rights. And I get that. I totally get that. For me, because I grew up watching the hippies, and as a kid, you're like, oh, look at that. They're wearing those cool colors, and look at all that shit. That's awesome. Look at them. They don't give a fuck about what the principal said. They don't give a shit. They were told to leave, and they said, not until you change the law. Yes. That's how I felt as a kid, going, yeah. Oh, cool. I'm gonna do that if I ever, if there's ever something that is real bad, I'm gonna do that stuff too. At least that's how I saw it. Stop laughing at me. But so when I put on, you've seen those shirts. I think my profile pic has one. That might be the one I wear tomorrow. And the gal that said she'll give me a ride, I found it last night. I was like, I was waiting for the Morristown one, but there's nothing in Morristown. That's the one. Two different gals said if it's there again, they'll do it there. After the fact. So it's like, cool. And I was waiting all week to see the list of where they're going to be. The protests are going to be in Jersey, and no Morristown. I was like, damn. I looked at all three. I looked at Hands Off, I looked at Indivisible.org, and I looked at, that was the 50501 movement. So I was like, bummer. But I just decided to post, hey, I just, messaged her last night on Facebook Messenger, and I just was like, hey, they don't have one at Morristown, but, if you're going to one, and she was like, actually, I was gonna go to the one, and and she told me, she was, and and I was typing, oh man, would you mind picking me up? And before I even got that typed out, sent, she says, I can pick you up if you want me to. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, yes, 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 yes. And I said, I'm just letting you know I have purple, blue, and pink hair, so just so you know. And then she sent me a picture with her and her sign, because I asked her what her sign said. So, yeah, I'm excited. But for me, putting on like a little bit of that bell-bottomy kind of flare pant that they wore, it just kind of like flared out so the legs were wide leg, and put my wide leg pants on. I am getting that pink belt you see on my head on the profile picture. That's a belt, but I'm using one of them, and that's going to be my headband. Oh yeah, I'm going with that shirt. I'm pretty sure she said it was going to be about 78 or something, so I don't think a tank top yet, but I can always change into the tank top in the morning if I wanted to. But I think that for this kind of a weather, I'm definitely gonna do the shirt you actually see in the my profile right there. So here's a little challenge for you if you don't believe that colors or what you wear makes a difference. Sometime tonight, look through your closet and find something that you like to wear, your drawers and stuff, something you wear when, how like when the guys have a presentation or something and they wear suits to the office, they wear something like a red tie or something strong to make them feel confident. Find the clothes that you feel confident in and can, walk it. Put them on. If you're a female, put on some red or some like bright pink, not mellow pink, like a hot pink. Put some lipstick on, or a guy, if you like wearing lipstick, and then look in the mirror and look how you look and take note of how you feel. Do you feel ready to roar? Let's go! Do you get that feeling? That's your protest gear. That's how I reckon it. Because there's times I'm getting dressed or something, and I'm putting an outfit, putting something together. I'm like, oh, I like how I feel in this, and I take a note. That shirt and those pants, or that dress, or whatever it is, I felt like I was ready to go running down the streets, going, "Whoa! It's a beautiful day. Let's go!" If it makes you feel like that, that's what you want to wear. If it energizes you, that's what you want to wear. It does make a difference. And even the accessories, like I was saying, around just something around the head or anything. Even if you don't have an entire like outfit, is there a particular piece, a scarf, or a neck, something that you feel when you put it on, you're like, yes, come at me, come at me, If anything you have makes you feel that way, wear that to a protest. And then let me know if it made you feel more motivated, more energized during those few hours. Because I'm venturing to guess that it's going to do the same thing it does for me. I cannot be that special that nobody else responds the same way, because there's color therapy. It's a fact. So, go through your closet, especially if you're going to be protesting this weekend. Go through your closet, your wardrobe, your drawers, whatever the heck you store your stuff in, and look at some. And ladies, even men, it doesn't even have to necessarily be what's seen, if you get my drift. I mean, some women, they have these, underwear, panty, sets, and sometimes you'll put one on, you're like, ah! Or men, there's a particular print or fabric or style of boxers or whatever it is that you just, yeah. I know I'm being silly, but believe me, some of the weirdest things motivate humans. And also some of the weirdest things demotivate. I think is it demotivated or unmotivated? Are less motivated. So yeah, I'm gonna work on those signs if I can get them all done the way I like them to look. And looks like we're gonna have a lot more protests coming. So next time I go to the Dollar Tree next month, hopefully, if our money still comes in, and I'll get some poster board, because a piece of cardboard just rough, and then putting the poster board on top of that, using it because the poster board is kind of flimsy. Use that as a base and use the poster board to actually, with the bright colors like the bright green or bright pink, I'll get some of those, and just some assorted things that would make it easier. Let me know if you're going to be out there. And if so, do you have an outfit or a particular look that always gets you not necessarily happy, but energized? Let me know in the comments. Give it a like. Subscribe if you appreciate the dash of insanity and weirdness in your daily life. Well, that's me. Have a great day.